It's October, and that means a lot of you listening to Northwestern Outdoors Radio today are deer hunting or about to go deer hunting. But I know some of you didn't do what you were supposed to. That's right. Some of you didn't do any preseason scouting. You didn't knock on any doors to get on private property. You may not even have a plan as to what you're going to do. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit it out this year? No, you shouldn't do that. We've got a person who's going to help you out even though you didn't help yourself. His name is Robby Denning. He is the author of Hunting Big Mule Deer, How to Take the Best Buck of Your Life. He's also the man that founded rockslide.com. That's ROKslide.com, a great forum for deer hunters and more. Robby, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, Robby, you're sitting in eastern Idaho today. What recommendations do you have for some of your fellow Idaho hunters who have been going after deer since the 10th, or some of those Washington hunters that are literally venturing afield for the first time on opening weekend this weekend? What's a hunter to do that didn't do their homework and prepare in advance?
Well, first of all, no judgment. I've been in that situation before, life, kids, jobs. All of a sudden, bam, opening day's coming. Oh, my gosh, I haven't done anything. So, first of all, do the animal a favor. Check your rifle. Make sure it's sighted in. That just goes with the territory. We want to do that. And then from there, on the years, way back when I wasn't ready, phone a friend. Man, there's a lot of guys out there that'll take you hunting, and, no shame, just admit it. I didn't get ready or whatever prevented me. Is there anywhere you can send me? Can I go with you? There's a lot of guys out there that want to see hunting grow and perpetuate. So I'll phone a friend if someone's out there. If not, you've hunted in the past, deer, what they call philopatric. That means same place, same time every year, virtually. And so deer have places they like. Go back to the areas you've been before. And typically if it's a good area, it's easily accessible. There's a lot of hunters. And, for you Idaho guys that are already hunting, because the opener's already passed, look in the fringe areas off of those kind of main core areas. The older, wiser deer, or, sometimes just the deer that are going to survive, they get out of those really open areas easily to access, but they don't go far. Deer are not just randomly roaming the country. They might during the migration, but the migration is a long ways away right now. And, deer are going to be pretty much on their summer range, pretty close to where they've been in, other previous falls. So I would always fall back on that information. And it may not be too late to even get a hold of your local game warden. They are a real resource. They're in the field every day, and sometimes that's why you can get a hold of them on the weekend. And, just get some tips from them. Be respectful. People, if you haven't got prepared and you just start needling everybody, tell me where to go, sometimes you get the opposite of help. People will send you a red herring, send you somewhere where there's no deer. Just admit it. I haven't got prepared. What can I do to find some deer? And if it's still a weekday, you can get a hold of the biologist. That's great to find deer trends, what's going on. Some areas are just more deer, some areas not. We're still feeling the effects of that 16-17 winter here in a lot of parts of Idaho. Yeah, some places just are doing fine. I've talked to other guys who are like, oh, yeah, we're seeing plenty of bucks where we usually see them. And so, just cast your net out there, talk to as many people as you can, but definitely get out and go hunting. Hunting seasons are short now. You don't get a do-over. And you're going to be in December when everything's closed and go, oh, man, I wish I would have gone. So just go for it. Better to have tried and failed than not try at all.
I agree. You're listening to Northwestern Outdoors Radio. I'm John Cruz. We're talking to Robby Denning. He is the author of Hunting Big Mule Deer, How to Take the Best Buck of Your Life. He also is the founder of rockslide.com. That's ROKslide.com, a great hunting website you should check out, and a great forum as well. Another resource that comes to mind is going to the state Fish and Wildlife or Game and Fish websites. A lot of those have pre-season forecasts. A lot of those have updated harvest reports and recreation reports that'll tell you what the season is looking like as it goes on or what they expect. Mm-hmm. That also gives you some clues. Let's talk about some things you shouldn't do. And I'm guessing one of those is going to be driving Forest Service roads and hoping you're going to find a buck.
Yeah, I just don't enjoy hunting that way. If maybe you're older or not in good shape and you have to, that's fine. Typically the deer are on the highest portions of their range. So if you're gonna be around the roads, go as high as you can. But kind of what I said in that first part of just try to get you don't have to go 10 miles in. I mean, typically about a half a mile, the hunters really start to thin out, and about a mile from the road, you don't hardly see anybody. And so, it has to be deer country, and that's why you kind of need to know some of the areas you're going. There's places you can walk a mile from the road, and there's less deer than by the road. So, cover and ground and optics are really important. That's probably your best technique this time of year, is glassing early in the morning and, just right before dark. If it's super open country and not a lot of pressure, sometimes you can see those bucks in midday, but definitely don't miss the morning and the evening. John, you said something about the Fish and Game websites, and that made me think of something. Most of the western states, at least, Idaho, I know Montana has it, I think Utah does, but most of them Fish and Game will pay some private landowners for opportunities for the public. And those are usually listed right on the website. And the great thing about those is the boundaries are defined. They'll give you a map and say, hey, this is where the guy's property is. These are the restrictions. Sometimes you have to call ahead, but they're telling you, hey, this is where you hunt right here. And typically those landowners, if they're around, they want you to be successful. You can ask them, where's the best place on your place to hunt. But I think in Idaho it's called Access Yes. Montana's, theirs is called Block Management. Every state has something like that. So definitely look into that too. That could really save you at this 11th hour.
Robby, you are giving some listeners and hunters out there some hope for some October success. Let's talk about time of day as well. I mean, clearly everyone knows that morning and right before dark are the two best times to be looking for deer. But midday, is that an option that is overlooked sometimes, do you think?
I think it is. It lends itself better to open country where you can really see a long ways, because deer will get up in that type of country as the sun moves around the earth, and it kind of steals their shade. I mean, I've watched bucks, laying in the shade, and 2 hours later the sun's shining directly on them. They don't like that. They'll get up and they'll move. And so if you're able to glass a long ways in fairly open country, you can see bucks get up midday and move. If it's brushier, thicker country, that's typically where your older bucks are anyways. Obviously, you can't glass the trees, but if you know areas where bucks are bedding, you can sneak in and around those areas. You're typically still hunting. It's shorter range type of stuff because you can't see very far, but it's not all that uncommon for a buck to get up at 1, 2, 3 o'clock. He might be living in fairly brushy country, but he'll get up, he'll feed, he'll move around, and that's why sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, yeah, man, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was walking back to camp, and here's this buck, and I got him. And so I will hunt midday if it doesn't take away from my ability to hunt early, and I'm talking right at first light. So if you're hunting all day long and you're so tired you're not getting up and missing, you're missing that first, hour of daylight, then honestly, I think midday can shoot you in the foot. But I definitely don't ignore it in open country and, places that I can really glass, or if I know a specific bedding area where bucks are. And remember, they're philopatric. If they were bedding there last year, there's a decent chance they or other bucks are bedding there again this year. And I just put on my stocking shoes, get the wind in my favor, and pussyfoot through areas like that, and consequently, I've killed a couple of bucks in the middle of the day.
Robby, I always love having you on, and you've certainly given our listeners and deer hunters some hope to bag a buck no matter what their level of preparation for the hunting season that is kicking off or going on right now. Again, folks, if you want to find out more great tips, pick up Robby's book. It's Hunting Big Mule Deer, How to Take the Best Buck of Your Life. I presume people can get this at Amazon.com?
Amazon's the fastest way to get it. Some people want a signed copy. Just contact me through rockslide.com. It's in our store, and I can get you out a copy. Appreciate you, John, telling people about that.
You bet. And rockslide.com. Again, that's ROKslide.com. Rockslide.com. Great website. All sorts of good information there. Some forums, too, that will also help you with hunting success. Robby, thanks as always for sharing your wisdom with us on Northwestern Outdoors Radio.
Thank you, John.